Hello, my name is Luci. I am a resident of Bendigost Street. I am currently part of the Bendigost Street occupation. I came here because for the last roughly 75 days before I came here, I was living in an abandoned building. I became homeless for not the first time due to my lease running out and being unable to gain access to any type of public housing or community housing, and being unable to gain access to share housing based on prejudice and people thinking unemployed people can't pay the bills. I've moved into this particular building here, one of the many empties left over by the East West Link fiasco. And yesterday, not the first time, I had a visitor. It was someone from, knocking on my door in the morning, someone from Phillip Asbestos removal that wanted to look inside the house to check for asbestos, which is a funny thing because they've had a lot of time to check for asbestos if they wanted to rip the house down. And I asked this man who sent him, and he said he was subcontracted by Monash. Pretty much gave me the, I'm just paid to do this, don't ask me, I just work here routine. I denied him access to the property. And a couple of weeks ago, before this happened, people supposedly from Yarra Council came around with little Yarra Council badges on their knitted jumpers. Wanted to gain access to the property, saying they wanted to check the smoke alarms, which is very, very nice of them, very nice, appreciate the concern. Denied them access to the building. They couldn't say either who it was that sent them. Spoke to Stephen Jolie, he spoke to the council members, they denied any knowledge of sending people around to gain access to the building. And I'm expecting more visitors to come round. It's, I've been homeless. I am currently homeless. I need this place to live in, and pretty much every day I expect new knocks on the door under some other excuse to try to get in there, to try to kick me out. And I can't get an answer as to who it is. I'd like to know who ultimately is responsible for sending people around to the place I'm living at here. I'm just trying to get by. I have no other options for housing. If there's any council members out there, any government members out there that can tell me who it is that is sending people to the place I live to try to kick me out under all these silly, flimsy pretexts, then could you please tell me? I'm just trying to get by the best I can. Hi. The reason I wouldn't let the men into my house this morning and the other day was because, well, I just got a knock on my door in the morning. No letters, no phone calls, no nothing. And people I never met before wanted to gain access to the house I'm living in, the house I'm precariously living in. The one thing that prevents me from homelessness and freezing my bum off in winter again. So I said no, and the normal procedure is to make another time, to say, okay, this time doesn't suit you, we'll come back, but they just washed their hands of it, walked away. And based on the previous encounter, my guess is that the person who came yesterday will not come back again. My guess is someone else will come back again. And you wouldn't just let someone into your house that had just knocked on your door, say, hey, come in and look around. This is precarious. Those people could come in. I don't know who they are. They could be random psychos. I know not to... You have to be careful being homeless, who you trust and who you sort of let into the space that you're living in. Just wasn't going to do it. They could have kicked me out. They could have got violent with me. I'm just not going to let them do that. And it's just wait for the next time that they come back under some other pretext.
From the Homeless Persons Union perspective, we've seen some really concerning goings on at number 24 Bendigost Street, amongst which is, the fencing put up around this property. Why? Why was Monjon security guarding this property? It was an unused property. There's people experiencing homelessness who need these properties. Relevant to what's happening with Luci, the government and its employees are meant to uphold the Victorian Charter of Human Rights and perform their function in a way that doesn't have a negative impact on people's human rights. And they've also got this obligation with the equal opportunity and human rights around positive duty. So they need to rethink the way they perform their function as public servants in a way that doesn't menace or have a negative impact on people in the public's human rights. One of those rights is you've got a right not to feel afraid. Luci's lived experience of homelessness comes with a lot of fear. She doesn't want to end up back out on the streets, exposed to the elements, exposed to the discrimination and the systemic abuse of her human rights. And for men to rock up here, there needs to be consideration about a gender balance potentially, or a trans balance, to ensure that Luci doesn't feel threatened and have to experience fear to enjoy the right to housing. We're really concerned in the union. We stand alongside Luci in this fight for her human rights, and we'd like to see some changes in the state to consider, beyond the one-dimensional thinking that happens in state, how to engage with the public.
And I am the public.